recording.
Hi, my name is Evan Kitten.
Hi, I'm Brandon Carter.
I'm Brandon Torres.
I'm Cody Higler.
And I'm Liam Olson.
This is our app called Geofee. Now, Geofee started out because of a childhood friend named Mr. Murray. He wanted an app for his trucking company. So we started shooting back ideas back and came upon this.
And this is the welcome page. Here we tell the user, this is like immediately where the user will end up upon entering our site. And here we tell them about the features that are yet to be shown. We have a placeholder for what will soon to be this video you're watching right now, our final demo video. We explain why the user should use Geofee. It's a trucking application, so it'll be used to get directions for trucking routes, calculate the cost of travel based on certain things, and we explain how to use our web app by providing descriptions and screenshots as shown.
All right. Now I'm going to show us how to log in. Now you can, when you're a new user, you can register an account. Now when you register, all this information will be in our database, Firebase. Let's say you forget your password. It will send an email to your email account, sending you a link, allowing you to set your password. Now another way you can reset your password is go into the page. Now notice how the submit button will only highlight once you have a matching passwords. You can also change your email here. You will receive email confirmation of that happening. Now on to the About page.
So yes, we created this About page just to tell the user about the team, our team, that the creators of Geofee. We included our LinkedIns to each of our members, and that, of course, send you to our LinkedIn. We also added a link to our GitHub repo, just in case users wanted to see the behind the scenes of what creates a web app like Geofee. This also brings me to the general UI of the page. We generally worked on trying to make it look as professional as possible, so and as easy to use for the user. So we added this navigation sidebar and things like titles and different fonts and such, which brings us to the GPS.
All right, so the GPS page. Let's say you were a manager that was in charge of shipments. This page is where you're going to be able to visually see optimal routes for your drivers to take. That'll be displayed on a map. You'll also be able to see how many miles and how much time your driver will go through in each state, as well as step-by-step directions. This data is being collected behind the scenes. We do this via a couple of the Here APIs. The way your routes can be displayed on the map is using the routing API, and the other details will be using their geocoding API. This is going to be crucial for the calculator section you'll see later. So here's an example of a route from Columbia to Phoenix. You can see the interactive map. It'll show traffic conditions. You can zoom in and out, different views. And this will be whatever the optimized route is at the time via those traffic conditions. And then below that, you can see how many miles and how much time your driver is roughly going to spend in each state. And below that, you also get step-by-step directions for that optimized route. And that'll bring us to the rules and regulations page.
All right, so here are our rules and regulations that we have set up. As you can see, it goes by the state, and then variables such as the height, length, and width, and then other things as greater than, less than, certain thing, and then it'll either add a flat rate or a per mile rate to things. And if you're a admin, you have the ability to add, edit, or delete these rules and regulations. And as you can see, we've got a couple new buttons now: the edit button, the delete button, and the little add bubble in the bottom right. So let's go ahead and click that. And let's add a new one. We'll go to Alabama. We'll do the variable height, the condition of less than. We'll do 15 for that. And then if that's true, we'll add a flat rate of 150. And then that has now shown up 27. Yep. And then let's say we wanted to edit that. We can then go and change that to 100 instead of 150. Or we could change any of them really, but we'll change to 100. And I can see it shows up different there. And then if we just wanted to delete it altogether, we could do that. And the purpose of all these is so then when we go to the calculator, it will help us calculate.
All right, so the calculator is the main function of the app. It provides the user with the ability to put in 2 points and get the fee or the permit cost for transporting goods based on what the dimensions of the vehicle are. And so with the prompt here, we can put in 2 different addresses, such as 211 Main Street, Columbia, SC, with Columbia being in the state, or in the city input there. And then we can put in 401 East Jefferson Road, or Street, in Phoenix, Arizona, with the O before the E in Phoenix. And so then there's some processing that happens behind the scenes here, which is why we have to put the loading, because it takes a little bit of time. And so actually what happens there is first the addresses are translated into latitudes and longitude coordinates. And then we use those coordinates to get the route information, similar to how we do on the GPS page. And then once we have that route information, what we can do is get a breakdown of the mileage and what states the route actually goes through. And this can include any state except Hawaii, and also the District of Columbia is included in there. And so once we've got that information, we can then go ahead and peruse the Firebase conditions collection. And in the conditions collection, each document has a state associated with it. And so what we'll do is we'll grab every condition that applies on those states that are on the route. We'll see what variable is in that condition, and we'll pull those variables as well. And that is what turns into what is eventually shown to the user there after the processing is done. And so you can see here that we've got now variables of width, height, and length that we need to fill in. Now these are just information, additional information about the vehicle, because basically each state has its own regulations on what size vehicle can be used to transport goods. And there are different fines that come up, or permits that you need for certain size of vehicle. So let's go ahead and say we have a width of, 12 feet, something like that. Let's go with a height of 14, and then a length of 30. So once we submit that, we'll then see that our final permit price is $249. And so what this does is it goes through every single condition that we previously got when we submitted the route. And it'll check the conditional, like, okay, is the width greater than, equal to, less than, something like that, this certain value. If it comes back true, then there's an operation that happens and an operand that gets added. And so that's it for the calculator, and I think that's it for our presentation. So thank you very much for watching. This has been Geofee.